Welcome to a deep dive into the world of the Batman.
This 2022 film,
Oh, it really shook things up for The Dark Knight.
it did.
You've given us some amazing sources for this,
Yeah.
excerpts from Wikipedia,
Mm.
and even the actual screenplay.
Wow.
So we're going beyond just watching the movie.
Okay.
We're digging into what makes it tick.
I like that. It's like we have a backstage pass to the whole film.
Exactly.
We can see how all the creative decisions shaped the film,
Right.
understand the characters in a new light,
Yeah,
and even explore why the Batman became such a box office powerhouse.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what makes this Batman different from, say, the ones played by Christian Bale or Michael Keaton?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think the sources really point to his age.
Okay.
This Bruce Wayne is young,
Uh-huh.
maybe 30,
Okay.
and just starting out as a crime fighter.
So he's not the polished Batman that we're used to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Director Matt Reeves chose to depict a Batman who's raw,
Like-
still figuring things out. Right.
And wrestling with his trauma.
He hasn't become the polished, almost mythical Batman we've seen before.
No, not yet.
Right.
He's still in the very early stages of his journey.
Yeah, and the Wikipedia excerpt even describes him as an insomniac,
Oh, wow.
blurring the lines between his vigilante persona and his public life as Bruce Wayne.
That's interesting.
Makes you realize this Batman is driven, almost addicted to his mission.
It's like Reeves even compared Batman's obsession to a drug addiction,
Oh, wow.
which really emphasizes the dark and gritty tone of the film.
Yeah.
This isn't the typical origin story with a smooth billionaire playboy.
No.
This is a Batman consumed by his quest for justice.
That psychological complexity makes this portrayal so captivating.
It does.
We're seeing a different side to a character we thought we knew.
Right.
It makes you ask,
Yeah.
what demons is this Batman battling?
Mm-hmm.
What led him down this path?
It's a great way to approach the character.
Yeah.
And the casting of Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman adds another layer of intrigue.
Oh, yeah. Remember, she actually voiced Catwoman in the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
It's like she was destined for this role.
It's like she was practicing.
Right.
But getting cast in the Batman was no easy feat.
Oh, no, it was a very competitive process.
Yeah, the sources mentioned actresses like Ana de Armas and Isa Gonzalez were also in the running.
A lot of talented people were considered.
Sure.
Kravitz herself was initially hesitant,
Really?
almost put off by superhero films because of her experience with X-Men, First Class.
Oh.
But the script,
Okay.
the Catwoman character,
Uh.
and Reeves's vision for the film
Yeah.
really convinced her.
So they must have had a very compelling pitch.
They did.
It speaks volumes about the thought put into casting.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just about big names.
Right.
It was about finding actors who truly understood and could embody these complex characters.
I think that's what makes the film so successful.
Yeah.
They really captured the essence of these iconic characters.
Okay, so speaking of complex characters, let's
Yes.
talk about the Riddler.
Oh, the Riddler, one of Batman's greatest foes.
Yeah, but this time he's not just Batman's intellectual rival.
Right.
He's been reimagined as a forensic accountant
Uh-huh.
turned serial killer.
That's quite a departure from previous portrayals.
And what's even more fascinating is that he's inspired by Batman himself.
Oh, wow.
So we have a hero and a villain
Yeah.
who are, in a strange way, reflections of each other.
It's like they're two sides of the same coin.
And the Riddler, like Batman,
Yeah.
operates from the shadows,
Yes.
using clues and riddles
Yes.
to taunt the police and challenge Batman.
He's always one step ahead.
The screenplay mentions his backstory.
Oh, interesting.
He's an orphan with resentment towards Gotham's elite. He sees them as corrupt,
Okay.
benefiting from a system that leaves others behind.
Right.
And his methods, though twisted,
Yeah.
expose their secrets.
Hmm.
He's delivering a dark and distorted form of justice.
It's a very warped sense of right and wrong.
It's almost like a dark parallel to what Batman's trying to do. Reeves even compared the Riddler to the real-life Zodiac Killer.
Wow.
Infamous for his cryptic messages and unsolved crimes.
That adds a chilling layer of realism to the character.
It definitely blurs the line between fiction and reality,
For sure.
making the Riddler's threat feel even more immediate.
That's like he could step right out of the screen.
Speaking of blurring lines,
Yeah.
the set design and visual effects in the Batman are incredible.
They really are.
They created a Gotham City that feels real, drawing inspiration from cities like Chicago and Pittsburgh.
It's a very grounded and gritty aesthetic.
Did you know they used virtual reality during pre-production?
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's fascinating.
Reeves and the crew could walk through virtual sets,
Wow.
planning shots and camera angles before filming even began.
That's amazing.
It's a fascinating example of how technology is changing filmmaking.
It really is.
And they didn't shy away from challenges.
No.
Think about that Batmobile chase scene in the pouring rain.
Oh my gosh.
Creating that realistic rain simulation was a massive undertaking.
Absolutely.
The entire film has this immersive visual style
Yes.
that pulls you right into Batman's world.
You feel like you're right there in Gotham.
And the marketing campaign played a brilliant role in building anticipation.
Oh, for sure.
Remember that early test footage of Pattinson in the Batsuit that Reeves released?
Yeah.
It had this dark, moody,
Yeah.
red-saturated aesthetic that sparked a lot of discussion online.
People were really intrigued by the new look.
And then there was all the speculation about the Batsuit,
Yeah.
especially the Bat emblem.
Uh-huh.
It looked like a pistol.
People were theorizing it might have been the weapon used to kill Bruce Wayne's parents.
That's a cool theory.
It definitely got people talking.
It was a clever way to pique the audience's curiosity
Mm.
and connect to Batman's origin story.
And it clearly worked.
It did.
The Batman was a massive box office success.
Earning over $770 million worldwide.
Wow.
It was the 7th highest grossing film of 2022.
That's incredible.
And it achieved this even after being delayed multiple times due to the pandemic.
That's a testament to the film's quality
Yeah.
and its ability to connect with audiences.
It was also the first superhero film released in China since Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh, wow.
A significant feat in the global film market.
It really is.
But there were challenges, too.
Oh, yeah.
The release in Russia had to be canceled due to the Ukraine invasion.
That's right.
It's a reminder that even superhero films can be impacted by real-world events.
Absolutely.
But let's delve into what really makes the Batman stand out.
Okay.
Its exploration of corruption and the darker aspects of the Batman mythos.
I'm ready.
The screenplay dives deep,
Mm-hmm.
uncovering a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of Gotham society.
It's not just about petty criminals anymore.
We're not just talking about criminals and mob bosses.
Right.
We're talking about systemic corruption within the institutions meant to protect the city.
That's a powerful statement.
And what's really unsettling is that the conspiracy involves the Gotham Renewal Fund,
Yeah.
a fund established by Thomas Wayne,
Oh, wow.
Bruce's father.
So the corruption goes all the way to the top.
It seems like it.
That's pretty intense.
It is.
Yeah, it really shakes the foundation of Bruce's world.
His image of his father as a symbol of hope and justice
Yeah.
is shattered.
That revelation,
Right.
the possibility that Thomas Wayne might have been connected to organized crime,
Wow.
that's a huge turning point in the film.
It really is.
The screenplay really emphasizes how Bruce grapples with this truth,
Okay.
questioning everything he believed about his father's legacy.
So it adds another layer to the film's exploration of moral ambiguity.
Exactly.
There's no clear-cut good versus evil in this Gotham.
Right. You're absolutely right.
And it makes you think,
Yeah.
if even someone like Thomas Wayne could be compromised, is there any hope for Gotham?
That's the question that lingers throughout the film.
It really does.
It's a question that I think we all have to grapple with.
Yeah, and it's not just Thomas Wayne.
No.
The corruption runs deep.
Uh-huh.
The screenplay shows how crooked cops and compromised officials are all part of this web of deceit.
It's like a cancer that spread throughout the city.
It really is.
It's a reflection of our own world in a way,
Yeah.
where institutions and those in power can sometimes fail us.
It's true.
Batman doesn't shy away from these uncomfortable realities.
And the parallels between Batman and the Riddler are so interesting.
They are fascinating.
You both want justice,
Right.
but their methods are so drastically different.
Batman operates within a code.
Right.
It's a dark and brutal code, but a code nonetheless.
Yeah.
The Riddler, however, has no such boundaries.
He doesn't.
He's willing to cross any line to expose the truth and punish those he deems guilty.
It's a chilling example of how the pursuit of justice can turn into something destructive.
Absolutely.
The line between order and chaos is so thin,
It is.
and sometimes seeking vengeance can actually perpetuate the cycle of violence.
That's a key theme that the film explores.
The film doesn't offer easy solutions.
No, it doesn't.
And that's part of its brilliance.
Right.
It challenges us to examine our own ideas about justice
Mm-hmm.
and the consequences of our actions.
It's a film that really makes you think.
It does.
It stays with you long after the credits roll.
Yeah, it does. But going back to the question you raised earlier about hope for Gotham,
Yeah.
the screenplay does present a counterpoint to all the corruption.
Okay.
We have Bella Real,
Yes.
the mayoral candidate, who's fighting for real change.
she's a symbol of hope.
She is.
Even though she faces immense obstacles,
Right.
she doesn't give up.
She keeps fighting.
Her presence suggests that things can get better,
Yeah.
that positive change is possible.
And there's that scene
Mm-hmm.
where Batman, after confronting Falcone and learning the truth about his father,
Right.
chooses to help the flood survivors.
That's a crucial turning point for him.
It is.
He could have easily given in to despair, consumed by his own grief and disillusionment.
Right. But he chooses a different path.
He does.
He chooses to be a symbol of hope.
He chooses to help others.
That image of him carrying the survivors
Yes.
with that woman clinging to him is incredibly powerful.
It's a visual representation of his transformation.
Yeah.
He's no longer just about vengeance.
Right.
He's about protecting the innocent.
He's becoming a beacon of light in the darkness.
It's like he's finally seeing the bigger picture.
And that act of compassion,
Yeah.
that choice to help others in their time of need,
Right.
it feels like a turning point for Batman the character.
It does.
It hints at his evolution, his potential to move beyond the darkness that's been consuming him.
So maybe the question of whether the Batman is a story of hope or despair isn't so straightforward.
Yeah, maybe it's more nuanced than that.
Exactly. The film doesn't shy away from the harsh realities of Gotham.
No, it doesn't.
The corruption, the violence, the despair.
Right.
But it also suggests that even in the darkest of times, there is still room for compassion,
Okay.
for courage, for hope.
It's a film that grapples with complex themes,
It does.
forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the world around us.
And in doing so, it encourages us to think critically, to question our assumptions,
Right.
and to consider the potential for change,
Yeah.
both within ourselves and in society as a whole.
It's a powerful message,
It is.
one that resonates far beyond the confines of Gotham City.
Absolutely.
It reminds us that even when things seem bleak,
Yeah.
there's always the possibility for redemption, for growth, for hope.
And that's a powerful thing to hold on to, isn't it?
It is.
The belief that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, there's still a glimmer of light, a chance for a better tomorrow.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of the Batman.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a fascinating journey, exploring the layers of this complex and thought-provoking film.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
And we'll leave you with one final thought to ponder. Okay.